What is up, guys? It is the Bluebloods here, and we are joined by one of the best defensive backs in the FCS. My guy, Benny Sapp, Northern Iowa defensive back, former Minnesota Golden Gophers defensive back,
Yes, sir.
first team all MVFC, MVFC newcomer of the year this spring, was top 3 in the conference in interceptions, and is primed to be one of the favorites to be a Buck Buchanan Award finalist going into the 2022 season, man. So, Benny, appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Hey, man, for sure. And let's go back to your recruiting process. I don't know if a lot of people who don't know your full story
Yeah.
understand how highly recruited you were. I mean, you were the number 2 player in the state of Minnesota, held offers from just about every Power 5 school in the country, including Clemson, Alabama. The list goes on and on.
hmm
Speak about your recruiting process, what it was like coming out of high school, and who was recruiting you the hardest.
All right. My freshman year, because I'm originally from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My freshman year, I was at a school called St. Thomas Aquinas, down there in Fort Lauderdale, and basically my freshman year, after the JV season, they moved the freshmen, the young guys up into varsity for the spring. And in the South, we got a lot of spring. We got a lot of football because of like the weather, climate issues and stuff that the Midwest people have to go through with the snow and everything. So we don't got to really worry about that. So we get to play like a spring season. And so basically, while the coaches were coming down after after their spring was over, or like during their spring, but I'm pretty sure after the spring, they will all come down and watch like the 5-star guys like Trayvon Grimes, Mike Harley, my cousin Asante Samuel. The list can go on. Nick Benito. It was like a lot of guys who they was really looking at, and I just had the opportunity, to show my talent against those guys. And while the coaches and college coaches were there at the time, and my freshman year, my first offer I had got was South Carolina, and then I ended up getting Bama throughout the way, Clemson. Uh, it was really a lot, and then I actually moved to Eden Prairie, Minnesota, my junior year of high school because I had tore my knee up a couple times, and then all the schools really like shadowed away because of my injury and plus me moving and stuff, and so Minnesota had gave me an offer and told me that they believe in me and stuff like that. So that was stuck really what stuck with me, and I chose them. And I probably say towards the end, Nebraska, Minnesota, and Michigan State was the only like 3 schools that was really like pushing for me to come.
Man, it's a long, strenuous process. And, I
hmm
like that you even spoke about how a lot of the colleges, once a
hmm
player has an injury history or they even just something simple as moving can affect how schools are looking at you or talking to you, man. So
Yeah, fact.
it's a real interesting process. But you
hmm
decide to go to Minnesota, man.
Yeah.
What drew you there? What factors led you to initially commit to the Golden Gophers?
Uh, what main factor was that at the time my parents was in Minnesota. They're my family, my siblings and stuff. They're back in Florida now, but at the time they was there in Minnesota, so that led a huge factor. Just the coaches actually like caring about me as a person and like really talking to me and not talking about like my film work, just me as a as a person. That really what stuck with me. And just like the opportunity, because I knew that Coach Fleck was really, like coaches, they bring in their guys, because he just came in. So I just felt like I had a clean slate, like a good shot to play.
And you mentioned Coach Fleck, man. I mean, one of the top coaches at the FBS level right now. And we saw what you guys did, man. One of the last teams you were on was that 2019 Minnesota team that's going to go down as one of the best in Minnesota history, man. You guys made absolute waves. I'm an Auburn alum. I remember what you guys did to
hmm
my school, embarrassing them on national TV like that, man.
yeah.
Behind the scenes, what made that team so special and ultimately as successful as you guys were?
Honestly, feel like when I was there at the time in 2019, what made it so special was that I feel like the younger guys, including myself, was learning from the older guys and just seeing how the older guys bonded with each other. Everybody's really mature. We saying at the time we meant about business, and everything. Just listening to what the coaches were saying, trusting their game plan for the opponent and just taking it as one game seasons, and we kept doing that, and just keep pushing. Learning from the older guys, and then we all eventually just caught up because that was the second year, I believe, my second year at Minnesota. So,
Mhm.
like the younger guys that Fleck had brung in 2018, everybody got older, everybody got mature. So that gap in 2019 closed, with the guys being more mature, more, physically able to play, mentally able to play, and just more mature all around. So that what really made that squad really special.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys had so much talent, just NFL
So,
talent on that team as well. I mean, the safety room with yourself, Anton Winfield, and the list goes on and on. And then on
mhm.
the offensive side with Tanner Morgan and the wide receiving core you guys had was just insane. But
Yeah, for
you
sure.
ultimately decided to transfer from Minnesota, man. What played into your decision that you wanted a fresh start and you started looking elsewhere?
Uh, I'll probably say what really made me decide to, leave the University of Minnesota was just it really came down to a business decision. It wasn't anything personal. The coaches they treated me, with well respect. The players, everybody, the staff, the video directors, everybody, trainers, weight room coaches, they all, gave me the utmost respect. I just really had to do a business decision for myself and just, be selfish a little bit right there and just understand that if I stay here probably won't get a chance to play. So I had to, bet on myself and look elsewhere. Thank God I came here because I got to show, what I know I can do. I just needed opportunity.
Man, for sure. And I know there was probably a lot of schools that contacted you in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Everybody I had that has been in the transfer portal on the show has said, man, they reach out the second your name hits the portal. What made Northern Iowa the place for you to finish your college career?
First, what made it so easy for me to make that decision was my dad went here because he had transferred from Iowa to come there, and it was still the same head coach. That when my dad was there, so I knew, there was a lot of, it was just trust off of that point. And then Northern Iowa, I mean, the past couple of years they've been bringing in so many guys as far as like their high school recruits and like training them, developing them all the way up to the point to their NFBS Power Five talent guys, and they understand who they have and how to put their players in the best position to make the play versus anybody. That really what made me lead to go to Northern Iowa. It was just an easy landslide. I knew I'd get my opportunity, and I just had to play ball, put my faith in God, and just let everything take the ride.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you guys get enough credit in terms of the program for
Yeah,
the talent you
great
guys
program.
developed with Spencer last year going to the Browns and I mean the Bills and arguably being their best O lineman. Trevor Penning, most likely a top 20 pick this year. You're
Yep,
coming up
and
in
Ellison Smith, who went
yep,
fourth round last year with Spencer. A lot of people don't
man,
really talk about that. And
it
that's fine, because it's SCS level, so you already got the disadvantage. And I feel like here we don't see that as a disadvantage. We use it as leverage. As fuel to the fire. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Just get better within yourself and compete within yourself every day. And when we do play those Power Five teams, then you get to show the world that just because we're FCS, it doesn't mean anything. And I'm glad that Spencer Brown, who went third round to the Buffalo Bills, and Ellison Smith, who went fourth round to the Giants. I really appreciate those guys, including Trevor specifically too. Just having that mindset and not caring about that they're at a lower level Division 1 school, and just going full head of steam, and now they're shining.
and they really are, man. And I got to watch Trevor up close at the Senior Bowl, man.
Yeah,
An absolute
that boy
monster.
dog.
Me being a former O lineman, man, I've been telling people he's extremely overlooked. But for you, man,
Yeah.
you got to selected as a first team All MVFC All American, the best conference at the FCS level.
Mhm.
That's an honor that not a lot of people get to say they have. How much did it mean to you to be named to that first team All American list?
It mean a lot. I honestly just was really throughout that season. My mindset really was just to worry about who I was playing that week for real, and I just focus on that team that I was playing that week, and then by the time I look up when in the season, then everything just hit me, because I really I'm just that type of person that really don't like to look ahead as far as like football wise. I just like to let everything be what it is. Don't get too down on yourself. Don't get too hard on yourself. And if I didn't make it, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't have been upset or anything. But obviously, that's the goal, and that's what I was very happy that I got that because, like you said, a lot of people don't get a chance to to be named the first team All American on the Missouri Valley. So it was real. I was real blessed and humbled to receive that, and I really just credit to my friends, my coaches really helping me, pushing me to become the better me every day. And it just shows, when you put in hard work and you don't really care about what anybody else says and be respectful and do what you're supposed to do on the field and off the field, academically and socially, as a friend. I mean, you really can't lose, man. And if you do lose, you got to bounce back from it. You can't dwell on it. Just keep pushing.
Man, absolutely. And a lot of listeners on the show, subscribers, always want me to ask players who transferred from FBS to FCS, what are the biggest differences? Because you hear some players say there aren't any. Some people say
Yeah.
sometimes it's a small adjustment. For you, though, personally, what are the biggest differences that you've seen between FBS and FCS football?
Me personally, I really don't see a huge difference. The only difference, far as like football wise, is just far as like the money wise, that really is the difference for real. Because every team I play, there's somebody on that field that could have played FBS for sure. And that's really the difference. All it is just people that that are really hungry, especially at the FCS, because they probably could have went FBS and got overlooked. So it's just a lot of people are more mature. You really have to do stuff on your own for real. It's not really like a FBS. They can just hand you anything you need, food or a smoothie or what I'm saying. Like planning wise, like you got to plan that on yourself and you got to be responsible and grow up a little faster than you need to be. This is which is why I like the FBS. They get to help you to that point. So when you leave, you'll be ready. FCS level, you got to be ready as soon as you get here. As far as like living on your own and those expenses and everything. So I'll probably say that's the difference for real. The football wise, I feel like the guys, everybody, what I'm saying, football is football. Yeah, there might be some guys that but there are some dogs out there in the FCS for sure. There's definitely
Man,
some dogs out there.
I'm glad you said that, man. As an FCS guy, going to the draft process, all my friends who don't watch FCS football, I'm like, you're overlooking a lot of guys. I promise. Like, there's some guys at the FCS level, like you said, that could absolutely dog some of the Power Five players that get all the hype. And so I'm glad you said that. But man, you guys had a big year, man. You made a little run in the playoffs. You were a first team All American. So let's
Mhm.
talk about team and personal goals. What are you looking to achieve in the 2022 season?
For the 22 two season, obviously, I want to, win a national championship for, my last year. But far as, like the team, I just want to, now being in the leadership role that I have now here, I just want to bring everybody, that's new to the team and people that haven't really played as much. I just want to bring them up as much as I can so they can be ready and put themselves in the best position for them to make a play as well. Because I feel like me personally, it's too much, like knowledge in the game not to, give people and learn from other people as well. So really, my goal is to keep learning from my peers, especially like zones and stuff like that, and mans, different breaks, different techniques, and just seeing my other teammates, just help really push me and just help them try to get better so they can be ready when they go out there. And I really the stats wise and stuff, it really don't I'm not I really like everybody, obviously I got to go like make 8 like
Yeah.
tackles, like 5 picks, like everybody want to do that, but I really don't like sit there and write that up and like what I'm saying. I just go out there, put my faith in God and whatever God want me to have, that's what I'm gonna have for myself. So I would really leave that up for him to, to choose for me as far as like my stats and everything. But the goal is to win a natty, help my teammates out, as far as the leadership roles, help them out, get acclimated as fast as they can, the guys that's playing, and just want to just spread as much energy to the whole team, including offense, because the offense is really gonna be crazy this year. It's gonna really be crazy. So it's gonna be really like cool to see us come together for real with Trevor and Isaiah leaving.
Man, absolutely. And I mean, y'all's defense last year was one of the best in the FCS, regardless. I mean,
Mhm.
the playoff performance against Eastern Washington, I don't think anybody's held that offense with Eric Barrier under 20 points, especially at
Yeah.
home in the playoffs. I mean, you guys played a ridiculous game. And I know the
Mhm.
senior answer to this question, man. So don't give me the senior answer. Give me the Benny Sapp answer.
I
What
got you.
game on y'all's 2022 schedule are you looking forward to the most?
Um, which game I'm looking forward to the most for real is Air Force. Air Force is a real good. There's a real good team. We actually played them the first week. They got a real good team. They're very disciplined, and on top of that, they are fighting for my country. Because I'm not really sure what it is as far as Air Force with after college or you gotta enter the draft as far as like the football and the actual draft, like in the army and stuff like that. I really looking forward to play them guys, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to after the game just to shake their hands and tell them I appreciate them for like stepping up and like taking that role because a lot of people don't necessarily have that bravery to sit there and go at an institution like that and and willing to able to fight for our country. So I really just want to shake their hand and tell them thank you for fighting for not only me but everybody that walks on the U.S. soil.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think we're approaching our 100th interview, and I don't think I've ever heard a better answer than that one to that question. And
I
having to
appreciate it.
play a service academy, man, I know all the Army, Navy, Air Force guys definitely
Yeah.
appreciate that, and that's gonna be a great Week 1 game. But looking at your game, man, just self-evaluating, how is the Benny Sapp I'm talking to now different from freshman year Benny Sapp, who walked onto Minnesota's campus as a freshman? How has your game evolved over these
Mhm.
years?
Um, I definitely feel like my game evolved as far as like me mentally first. I feel like I was very like not immature, but like I'll say like immature like on the mind on football because when I first got to Minnesota, I was playing safety, and I never played safety before in my life, so I had to watch Antoine Winfield, who's the Bucks starting safety who made it to the Pro Bowl this year. I really just had to learn from him and just asking him questions, picking his brain, and just watching him do what Antoine do. And I just took the knowledge that he did and put it into my game. My other teammates, Jordan Howland, Tyler Nubin, um, Huff, all them boys, everybody, man. Like, I really just learned from them and just put everything in my arsenal that I already have and learn from them. And hopefully, I'm pretty sure they was learning from me too. That's what really changed over. And then I'll probably say now, me now, just a lot of I feel like a lot of experience now because I play now technically 20 games like on the field, like on defense now. So just really just being in the game really is the difference from me now. Just being able to move faster than I was my freshman year because of the pre-snap of the play. Just learning, studying film, watching film. Just learning formations of the offense that they usually run. Really, the film room really changed a lot because I really say yeah, I got faster and all that stuff, but I wouldn't be as fast as I am now on the field if I didn't really watch film. So that's really the credit to the film for real. It really, changed from now to my freshman year because that's like the cheat sheet right there.
It definitely is. I mean, just for the step up from high school to college, I don't think people
Hmm.
understand how much more film you guys watch at the college level
Oh yeah, you
compared
gotta watch a
to
lot.
yeah, to the average high school team. So for you, man, looking at the NFL now, which you're going to be headed to very, very soon, which
Mhm.
NFL player do you think you model your game after the most?
Honestly, me personally, it's kind of crazy to say it and probably cliche to say it, and I'll give another couple names too, but I really think, like being this older now, because my father played in the NFL too. He played 8 years in the NFL, and I was, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 11, I think was last year. I think I modeled my game after my dad, for real. It's kind of crazy how like really genetics really work, because he was showing me some film of him, how he was coming down and hitting people, and it's like, damn, like Pop, like Pop, you was on that for real, and I understand that now as a 21-year-old, man. Like, yeah, Pop, I see. I feel like my, especially like with the help of my father, man. Like, I feel like I'm my dad, but just taller and repolished and like actually really like somebody like a real father figure in my life for real that really helped model my game. So I'll definitely say my pops. I'll say Jamal Adams. I look at him a lot. Harrison Smith. I look at those guys a lot. Trey Moorhead, the post safety. Not Adams, but what's his name for Jonathan Abram, a
Mhm.
real hard hitting guy. And then, for the old school stuff, I really look at Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, to, how he jumped the snap, how he put his body in the best position. I look at really all those things, just all the best guys, all the NFL greats. I just try to, like watch them and just try to put their attitude and their mental mindset in my game and just let my athletic ability, go over.
Man, I like it. And so for you, yeah, I know you play safety, but if you're one on one with a wide receiver in any situation, what's the number one mistake a wide receiver can make against you?
Uh, Me personally, I'm very like, strong, especially like with my upper body for sure and my lower body. But I'll probably say not to, really go on the line too far. So, like if they got a chance to be on the ball, and you can step back a little bit, that'll probably be like the best bet for them to, to get there, give themselves a better chance to catch the ball. Because I like to, press a lot and use my hands and my feet. So I really say definitely, stepping on the ball for real. That can help them out. For real.
He said, "Need some cushion because if you're up on me, it's a wrap." I love it.
Yeah.
And for you, man, I know wide receivers and DBs, man. The wide receivers really snitch on y'all on these shows, man. Every time I have a wide
Yeah.
receiver on, they say it's always y'all's fault. So for you, how big of a trash talker are you during the game?
During the game, I might say a little, so little words here and there, but my dad always told me, don't wake up a dead dog. And so really, I really just be chilling, not necessarily dead or anything, but I just be chilling through the game, locked in, trying to get off the field, to get offense the ball as quick as I can. But somebody talk to me though, it's over with. Then they gonna hear me the whole game, cause then they woke up a dead dog. I've been chilling, I'm just trying to get the offense the ball. But as soon as somebody say something to me, you know, hey, all right, man, you gonna have a long day. And then after the game, I'm gonna find you. We're gonna laugh about it, shake up, probably gonna follow each other, and talk to each other after that because those really be those dogs for real that really talk a lot. The guys that can back it up with it as well, the trash talkers that back it up. I mean, those them legit guys for real. So I really just play within the game. If somebody say something to me, all right, now I'm on you the whole game now. Every time I see you, and then we're gonna talk after the game. Chop it up, have fun. After the game, whoever wins, shake it up. Because we are football players at the end of the at the end of the day. So it's really just all love for real. But yeah, I'll probably say a mild trash talker if somebody say something to me. But other than that, I'm all right though. I'll just be chilling.
I like it. So I always like to ask the first player from each team I have on, man. You're the first guy from Northern Iowa who's on the team right now I've had on here. So who's the biggest trash talker on y'all's team right now?
Oh, that's a good one. I ain't gonna lie. We got a lot for sure. Uh, Man, I really can't name it for real. I really don't know because hey, everybody, we all be out there barking for real. Especially in practice, man. That's why I like practice so much because you get to make your teammates better, the offense better, and they're gonna get you better as well. So we really, especially the receiver DBs, we do talk a lot back and forth with each other, and then we brothers at the end of the day. We got some guys that's rooming up with each other on offense and defense, so it's all a brotherhood for real. But yeah, a lot. I'll probably say the receivers and DBs talk the most for sure.
I like it, man. And so for you,
Mhm.
you can give me one on Northern Iowa and somebody not on y'all's team that y'all had to face in a real game. Who's some of the best offensive players you've ever had to go up against?
Um, the best offensive player I ever seen going against, especially in the FCS level, was definitely Christian Watson. That guy was a literal headache. He was a headache. That's straight up. And I'm really happy for him. Putting us on FCS guys on potentially hopping in the first round tomorrow. So
Mhm.
really just him. He's very explosive. He's very tall. He's like a 5'9" guy, twitch with speed, but he's 6'4". So like
Yeah.
he's gaining more ground, and we like literally like game plan a play that we actually played them this past fall. We game plan for this one play.
the whole week. We practiced it. We did an individual. We got ready for this game. Like we in this game. We stopped them, fumble. We got the ball, and then they go into the formation. We know what's about to happen. So like we all talking like, hey, here it come. Like like, hey, watch out. Like it's 12 personnel, Detroit. Two tight ends on the ball. Play action shot. He still got it. Went 85. And after that, I was like, you can't stop that. You can't stop. We prepared for it, and he still did what he was gonna do. So shout out to Christian for sure. And then on
Man,
my team, we really got a lot of great guys. Isaiah Weston was a great guy. Quan Hampton, Dominic, Dominic Williams, Dom Williams. A lot of great guys, man. Sam Snay on the old line. We all the old lines are dogs. Like yeah, Trevor was the biggest one out the group, but there's still some dogs there, and I feel like a lot of the guys on the old line really going to step up this year and show that this is a program. Like this is not like no blue moon. Like we really do this. Like especially in the offensive line. Shout out to Coach Clan with those guys. But there's a lot of great players. But Christian Ronson though, he was that deal. He was that deal, man. He was that deal.
man, he was. I got to see him at the Senior Bowl too, man, and there was some scouts there just in the crowd that were like, I don't know who that was, but he was like, he just embarrassed that kid out there and just one-on-one drills. I mean, he dropped somebody with like a slant route, man. I'm talking about
Yeah.
just he fell straight backwards. I was like, yeah, he's different, man. But for you,
Mm,
I expect to see you East West Shrine Games, Senior Bowl, one of these All Star games, and your name called in hope probably next year's NFL draft, man. So for you, if an
mm,
NFL franchise asks you what they're going to get in Benny Sapp, what do you tell
mm.
them?
They're gonna get a guy, that's very energetic. Love the game, or very passionate. Whatever position, if it's not even that safety or if it's that corner, linebacker, or nickel, whatever position, I'm put into, I'm gonna go full head of steam on it. And if I make a mistake, I'm gonna make it full speed, and be eager to learn from other people and the veterans on the team, and really just a lot of energy, a great energy, positive energy. Um, I'm gonna bring, obviously my athleticism, my versatility, but really just mainly my energy. I'm really gonna bring that to a franchise and give it everything I got. If it's on special teams, kickoff, wherever they put me at, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go hard on.
And I love to hear it. And I know this is going to be a big year in the NFL draft for FCS players. And I know your upcoming class is going to be just as deep, man. And I'm
So
excited to hear your name call. But this is all about promoting FCS players, man. Like we talked, I don't feel like a lot of FCS guys get the shine they deserve, man. So appreciate you coming on. But
ain't no problem, man.
where can they follow you on social media? Where can they contact you for NIL deals, man? Any shout outs, anything you want to say to anybody, man? This time is yours.
All right, for sure. Well, for my Instagram name is Benny Benny dot Sapp Sapp, and then another dot, and then I'm the third, so just put three eyes after that. My Twitter name is just Benny Sapp. It won't be that hard. And then shout out to all my guys, especially my guys that's going into the draft this year. Shout out to my boys at Minnesota. All my boys here. D Block over here at my apartments. My guys. Shout out to my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers. Really shout out to all of them because without them, I won't be where I'm at right now. So I really appreciate everybody, that gave me, valuable lessons in life and really didn't really give up on me when it was looking bad for me at a point in time last year, before I transferred. So I really appreciate, everybody that, stuck with me and held me down.
Man, absolutely. Well, guys, make sure to go follow Benny on all social media, man. The bigger he gets his platforms, the bigger and better opportunities, deals, man, he can have coming his way. And I promise you're gonna want to stay tuned for what this guy's about to do coming into the 2022 season and his future in the NFL, man. So for Benny, myself, and the Blue Bloods guys, we are out for right now.